Hi guys, welcome again in Eng-Man YouTube channel. So we will continue our learning on oil modeling with PVTP software. It's a very powerful tool for PVT modeling, fluid modeling. Okay. And in previous video, we have completed this enter lab data section. So we are almost there for PVT sample section completion. And in today's video, we are going to talk about mass balance calculator for quality check. All right, a mass balance can be conducted to assess whether the measured fluid properties are actually consistent. The mass of a unit volume of oil and the associated gas is calculated at both surface and reservoir conditions. This can result in one of three scenarios actually. The first possibility is surface and reservoir mass are consistent. And second, small difference in the calculated surface and reservoir mass, which is actually more practical rather than absolutely the same, absolutely consistent between surface and reservoir mass. And then the third one is the worst, which is large difference in the calculated surface and reservoir mass. Okay, so again, this is mass balance. All right, this mass balance. So we need to check whether there is balance between surface mass and mass in reservoir condition. All right, to perform this quality check, we select the mass balance calculator. Yeah, very good. And then we need to enter the required data from the lab report. In this case, we are going to use the first separator train. Okay, but first check fluid type oil, calculation mode, validate, because we are going to do validation here. And then gas surface input type, gas gravity, that's the data that we have. And then for the reservoir condition, for the oil density, we populate with 641. You can go back and check the PVT report. And then also we have oil formation volume factor at reservoir condition of 1.508. And then from the first separator train, we input the data manually here. So we have for the temperature 75 and 75. The first pressure is 80 and the second one is atmospheric. And the GOR, you can go back and check the PVT report, it's 661, whereas for the second stage at atmospheric condition, it's 110. And we also have the data in our PVT report about the gas gravity, because we select here gas gravity. And the first value is 0.842, and the second one is 1.33. We also have the data for stock tank. You remember, right? Where our oil density is 814.5 with GOR, of course, 0 and gas specific gravity of 1. All right. And once all the data, the required data has been entered, we are going to press on calculate mass balance button here to perform the calculation. But before that, let's read it together. So here is the mass results. And then we have basis 1 stock tank barrel of oil. Now we will calculate the surface mass in pound and reservoir mass in pound. We expect that the percent difference will be very, very small because it's mass balance. There is no mass consumption during our process. So there will be the balance between surface condition and reservoir condition. So let's do it together. Click on this calculate mass balance and great. So surface mass is 339.2 something in pound and reservoir mass 338.8 pound. Good. With difference very small, 0.11%. All right. I'm satisfied with that. Again, as can be seen, the mass imbalance, the percent difference is very small, is quite small, 0.11%. This suggests that the collected data is actually consistent. By the way, if the error is larger, then possible inaccuracy in the measurements should be investigated, should be studied, should be investigated further, and also taken into consideration when developing a regression strategy later on. Okay, so sample information check, select components check, enter compositions check, enter lab data checked, mass balance calculator done. All right, now that all required data has been entered in this PVT sample section, now we can go further, we can go forward. Okay, and then before that, we just simply click on press OK button, and you can see this symbol there. So for composition good, green tick, and lab data, green tick. I'm going to close the video here. You can save the file if you follow me. And on the next video, we are going to talk about pseudo component. Yeah, add pseudo component. But until then, stay healthy and see you again. Thank you so much. See you again in the next PVTP videos. Again, thank you.